Hey, it's Ken here with Prime Healing. I just shot an entire video and didn't have the play button on. So now the red light is blinking and the play button is on. And I'm sitting here in my backyard in my hammock. It's a sunny 70-degree day. The quarantine's going on. And I just love the image of the hammock because when I imagine someone at the completion of their life, I imagine them sitting on a hammock, usually at the beach, but just sitting in a hammock with no book, with no phone, with no nothing, just sitting there complete. So on this little episode, we're going to talk about the base and completion and trust. So we're going to develop trust. Now, most people, when they think of trust, they think of, oh, I trust in this person because they're reliable. I trust in this ladder because the rungs are very strong, and I trust in it. We trust in something. But what we're going to do is go behind the scenes of trust and find what is innate trust and build a deep sense of trust in our body. Specifically, this trust is going to be related to our base. Yeah? When the base is complete because it's unblocked and everything can flow into the base unobstructed and come in, and because of the density of the base, slow down and become original and back to its original formation and its original organization, and be complete and connect into our system through the crown. So this state of completion relies on the energy of trust. And like I said, we trust in oxygen and we trust in people and we trust in things, but we're going to develop innate trust with this specific meditation. So we're going to go into it now. Get yourself in a comfortable position. You can keep looking at the screen and watching me, or you can close your eyes. And if you want to put earbuds on or something like that. The meditation is pretty short. So to begin the meditation, you're going to imagine yourself floating above the ocean. So you can see yourself just above an ocean, and you can see the water, and you can look in every direction, and it goes infinitely expanse in every direction, behind you, to the sides, in front, an infinite ocean. You could see ripples in the water. Could be a perfect sunny day. You could see the sun shining off the top of the water. And as you're standing on the water, put your hands out in front of you, and you imagine and then feel like you're holding a big stone like the size of a watermelon. Big, heavy, dense, dark stone. It could be rounded, it could have lumps on it, it could have moss on it, but just imagine this big, heavy stone. Like it takes your maximum strength to hold this thing. And now you're going to imagine leaning forward with this stone, bending down, feeling the stone go into the water, put the stone into the water, and when the stone gets completely submerged in the water, remove your hands, sit back up, and let the stone drop. And this begins the meditation. As the stone drops, that big heavy stone starts sinking through the water. Faster and faster and faster. All the bubbles get released off it, and it's going through the water. And the ocean water is infinitely in every direction, including down. It goes forever. So the stone is falling through the water forever. It keeps going and sinking and sinking and sinking, but will never touch the bottom. And as you're visualizing this stone sinking through water, and you feel the density of it, and you feel that it will never touch the bottom, and there's water in every direction, and it's just sinking at its full speed now, and just continues on forever like this. And as you get this state in the body and this experience in the body, just use the word to identify with the state of trust. This is trust. As something is going forever and expanding forever, and you're developing the energy of trust. So to continue to imagine this stone falling through the water, full speed, falling forever into the dark. It gets darker and darker and darker the deeper it goes down, and eventually that stone's in super dark water. There's no even light touching it. It's a dark stone in dark water, and it's just falling forever. And as you feel this state, and you're with the stone, feel that this is trust. Feel deeply into trust in your body. Slow your breath down. The mind becomes calmer and calmer, the dark stone in dark infinite water falling forever. So that's the imagery. What you're going to do is practice that imagery until you can easily evoke that kind of uneasy, expansive feeling. Sort of a strange feeling. When you get that feeling, that is the development of trust in your base. That your base can stay infinitely open, infinitely dense, in this state of trust. Okay, so for now, what you're going to do is practice that. See if you can practice evoking that state, that feeling, and evoking staying in that state of trust. Maybe 10 seconds. We probably did it for 30 seconds. Maybe eventually you could be driving or laying in bed or doing a meditation and get it for a full minute, this feeling of trust in the base. That you just trust in the infinite dark, the infinite expansiveness, the infinite density. So what's going to happen with this is really like your fuel for doing prime healing. When you can enter into a state of trust for no reason and maintain it, everything else becomes very easy to navigate. You can trust when the world brings you challenges. You can trust when the bank account gets too low to be comfortable. You can trust and stay in it, and stay in it, and stay in it. People might reflect back to you, hey, I really trust you. Maybe you trust the world, but you now have a sense of where trust is coming from. You're developing it. Just like we develop ourselves in the gym by, lifting a weight. And if we continue to lift it, at first it's hard. This meditation might be challenging to evoke this state of. But after a while, you can evoke it very easily, and you can maintain it easily. And the system will default back to a state of trust at the base. When you evoke the cube, you'll feel trust. You'll feel a sensation in the body. When you go into periods of your life where, say, economics come up, money comes up, scarcity of money, and the mind wants to figure out where is the ground, where does it hit, where do I make it solid? You make it solid actually by trusting. Trust is solid in the world of change. The programming that we have of, say, money, of getting more is better and less is bad, loses its footing. And instead we trust, and we build a firm base. And from that firm base of trust, and that strange, expansive, uneasy feeling, we come up through the system, and we affect change in the world. Money doesn't affect us. We affect money. We use it. And even when hard experiences come up, we trust and stay in it and unblock it. So my friends, this is the experience I want to share with you of trust, the stone through the water. It's in the book, it's in another video too, but I just want to emphasize the importance of this trust. And when you go do your prime breathing and you breathe in and you breathe out, you can enter the body into a state of trust, sort of uneasiness. But in that uneasiness and in that unknowing of everything is actually more solidity in the body. That's the paradox of it. As we create this state of trust in the unknown and the infinite black expansiveness, conversely, when we feel the opposite, the whole truth of it, we become very solid in our body, very stable in our emotions and our mind, very stable in the world. So practice this. This leads into wondrous things, practicing trust. Practice it on your own. Practice with the stone, putting it into the water, letting it go, and staying with the stone until the stone gets into the infinite black of the water, and infinite cold, infinite dense of the water, and it keeps falling forever. So you make this practice your own. It's going to be unbelievable fuel, and I can guarantee if you practice this, it will open up other doorways. It will make the things we want come true, like stability and sense of knowingness of things in the world of unknowingness of things. So practice the stone in the water technique and find yourself a hammock in your yard and chill out, because everything is exactly as it should be.